Talking with a Dad, episode 5. Steve, the sponsors.
So we want to give a warm thank you to Vagisil for everything they've done for us. An amazing company doing amazing work, keeping everything locked and airtight. Vagisil. Wanted to slip it out of
That was not what I was expecting. That was not what I was expecting. I like when the cold opens are good like that, though. I really, really do.
You're probably gonna have to get rid of that one. Now that I think about it.
No, we're keeping it. These podcasts are uncut, if you remember.
Dude, I started a Mixer channel. Mixer.
Did you?
Channel? Yeah.
What's the name?
Right
Mixer.com/what?
Hold on for a second. I gotta pull it up because I don't know myself.
eLife38?
Well, that's my username, but my broadcast name is an ode to the channel.
Yeah, this is the dad.
Yep.
That's your title. eLife38 is that's your stream name.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like Mixer, so I don't know why we're talking about it. You want to jump right into the Twitch community versus Mixer community?
Oh wait, before we get in there, how you doing, Zach? How you holding up?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How have you been this week? It's been a kind of an interesting week.
It has.
It has been an interesting week.
In the world, in our little bubble, it's
in our bubble. I don't care about the world. In our bubble, it's been a fairly interesting week.
What's going on in your world, bro?
Well, hold on. Before we get to that, what games have you been playing this week? You've been playing some new games this week. What have we been up to?
Sir, there's something going on with your mic.
What's going on with my mic?
It's either on your side or my side, but I'm getting that transformer sound with the delay.
Let me see if I can fix it. You're just stalling, so I have to cut out the original. So that, aren't you? No, I'm good on my end.
Your dub is good on my side too. Oh, wait, it did it again. You're glitching. You're starting to look like something out of the Matrix.
Oh, there's been weird issues with Discord recently, so everything looks okay on my side. So we're gonna go with that.
Right. It's my crappy budget build.
The computer is fine. There's been issues with Discord. Discord's been having issues. We're having issues in voice channels too. So that's really not that big of a deal.
Wait. So what was your question before I just got completely side-railed?
Yeah. Before you got side-railed there, what have you been playing this week? What games have you been playing? You've been playing a new game.
I've been playing a new game. But I keep up with my my freaking what is the name of this game that everyone hates universally? It's 5th installment. Seems like the entire community has dropped off from it. It's got the lowest. Dude, if I'm to believe that one guy on YouTube whose channel I'm not going to give a big up to, but
what guy on YouTube?
I can't remember his name, so that's why I'm not supporting him. But apparently, this is a guy who actually does his research, and when he went to the Microsoft Store, Gears is the most underplayed game on their store. So, but I've been playing Gears, and I introduced a new game to it, to my rotation there, which is Rainbow Six, which I am loving, by the way. I don't know why I like this game, because I'm horrible at it, but I'm having a good time.
That's good. I'm glad you're having a good time with Siege. Now, the important part about it, how much did you get it for?
$8.
$8. Siege is a very, very good $8 game.
And it's still making money, by the way. Have you looked at the metrics on how much money it's made since its release?
Been out for 5 years. Made a good bit of money. It's a good game. It really is. Yeah. It's a little slow and a little boring for me, but it's a good game.
Not cross-platform, though, correct?
Correct. It does not cross-platform. Not a game that would do well cross-platform. The PC players are better than the console players because of how severe the aim is.
Really? You know what? I can agree with that. Yes, yes. When I killed you by mistake, even though I wasn't supposed to kill you, I got you with a great double tap. That was amazing.
I didn't even want to defend myself. These are the moments I wish we had been recording, because I was just sitting on stairs.
Screamed out, "Did you kill me?"
Yeah.
Why?
Yup. I was in a good spot. We had a good hold on that point, Steve runs in the corner and kills me for absolutely no reason. I got him back.
You know what, that was a great reaction time though, because it was like, head, body. I was gonna be like, Zack, I got him.
Yeah. Until I screamed about why you were team killing me.
You know what though? I do like the game. I think what I like most about the game is not that you can lay and pray. Obviously, like that's if you want to do that, that's up to you. I'm not dissing that play style, but I do like it because it's slower pace in regards to the action, so I could actually keep up. But
Yeah.
I will say, if I want to go on like a complete bender and just kill some things, I gotta go COD or Gears of War.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
No, you're right. You're right. So for me, the if I want to play a slow game, I'm gonna go play PUBG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna go play PUBG if I want to play a slow game. I'm not gonna go play Siege. I'm not gonna go play Counter Strike. I'm gonna go play PUBG if I want a really slow game for sure.
I have not played the pub. One of my closest friends on earth, I would dare to call him my best friend because he is, and he purchased PUBG for his Xbox, but he never got into it. I've watched a lot of gameplay on it,
I love it.
and every time I think I'm about to download it, I'm like, nah, this seems like a.
Yeah,
It
there's no
seems like
reason to.
it seems like the Reddit of shooters to me. Like there's just a lot of stuff going on there.
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on. I will admit that, but it's not quite the Reddit of shooters. If you really wanted the Reddit of shooters, I think that's Escape from Tarkov. There is so much going on in Escape from Tarkov that it doesn't make any sense. PUBG is a battle royale with more attachments than the average battle royale. That's it. Right.
Really? You think so?
That's it. That's it. You got to know where to place your grenades. You got to know where to place yourself when you're getting shot at. But other than that, it's just a shooter. It's just a battle royale.
You know what?
That's it.
This is good. This is good. Let's go with this for a second. Let's compare shooters to, let's say, substances of the illegal variety. What would you qualify Overwatch if it was a drug?
LSD.
COD.
Marijuana.
PUBG, because I don't think we did that one. Mescaline?
I don't know what that is. Adderall?
Good point. And Gears.
Ears? Mushrooms.
So there's no methamphetamine gun there?
Meth would be
Apex.
Counter-Strike.
Oh, it was
Counter-Strike. Yeah. Because with Counter, you have to be doing 100 things at once to be good at Counter-Strike. And I feel like if you're on a little bit of meth, it might help a little bit.
I'm starting to believe that most of the career players, like the pro players, they got to be on meth.
They're on
Like,
Adderall. For sure.
Makes
For sure.
perfect sense.
So we watch professional games coming into these episodes.
Right.
So Steve can get more acquainted with esports. A few weeks ago, we watched Halo. Actually, the first episode we watched Halo, right? Second?
Yes, I actually, quick side note, went back and rewatched it. Was nowhere near as boring as the first time.
Okay. Those guys are all on Adderall. After that season, I think they started testing for Adderall.
Are you serious?
Because
You're not even joking.
they were all on it. Yep. That was a known thing in Halo. Like if you were going to a Halo tournament for a LAN weekend or something, you had to go re-up your Addy prescription. Yeah, that's a thing.
Is nothing sacred? Can you not just do anything?
No.
Someone's cheating.
No. Adderall is the Halo drug for sure.
So what? You go to chess tournaments? Are people taking heroin at chess tournaments? Like, I just gotta be.
I bet you that's Adderall
really
too.
calm.
I bet you that's Adderall too. Adderall helps a lot of things apparently.
Another thing I like about Rainbow Six, right?
Yeah.
So I use Counter-Strike as a kind of litmus test to how good a game is in regards to playability, functionality, being able to use a strategy. And I like Rainbow Six because I think people get advanced with their strategies.
Yeah.
But there's always that thing where it's like, all right, so you two guys are going to descend to the window. I'm going to go below. And it still boils down to there's some dude camping behind there like, I'm gonna shoot all 3 of you.
Yes. Yeah. That happens in a lot of those strategy games. Is the 3 people moving in versus the one guy sitting there waiting. The one guy sitting there waiting generally wins.
Yeah, he's gonna win that.
He's gonna win that one for sure, especially in Siege. So this week, Black Ops 2. We watched the Black Ops 2 tournament. Boring?
No, not boring at all. Actually, this one was actually really good.
Really good. It was Farico Impact versus.
Oh, don't ask me to pronounce these names. All I know is that like there were 2 good teams, and I'm gonna say one thing about the gameplay. I don't know if it was the most impressive I've ever seen, but it was pretty freaking amazing. Considering that game, how old is Black Ops 2?
6 or 7 years.
Dude, there was a point where there was one guy, and these points always stick out to me, where literally the announcers are saying they're wrapping up on one team. They're like, oh, it's just this one guy. He's running around. Oh, he threw a flare, and then he mopped the floor.
Yep.
With the remainder of the team, and I was actually really amazed by that. I wanted to ask you a question about these games. These maps that they're playing, are they exclusive to the tournaments, or are these general maps?
Nope. They're in the game.
Oh wow.
They're the game. Yeah.
Really,
so it was Farico Impact versus Team Envy. Optic Gaming came in 3rd this year. Complexity came in 4th. That Farico Impact team was incredible. Do you remember that guy, the guy that yells in the tournaments, the one that you keep asking me about always?
Yeah.
Killa. He was on this team. He was on the team that won this. Karma.
Oh, he is.
Karma, Killa,
okay.
Mir, Parasite. They were amazing. That team was incredible. Karma is the best player in this game. Like that Envy team of Stainville, JCat, Proofy, Rambo. Rambo is one of the greatest of all time. Rambo is one of the greatest of all time, and they were incredible.
Who is the one Canadian on the team?
Rambo.
What is that guy? Yes.
That
guy is
Raymond Rambo Lucier, currently a professional golfer and bowler.
That's his real name?
Yeah.
But there's nothing you can say in the podcast. That's amazing. His
parents
went all in. No, actually, I was really impressed with the gameplay. Like, and I'm not just saying that, dude. Like, there was a point, when you're enjoying something, you don't drift off. You just get sucked into it.
Yep.
There was a point where, like, I realized that it's a pretty long video, and I realized that it had gone by fairly quick because I was like, oh, this is actually pretty amazing. I don't know what it is about the running gun style that obviously it's just a little bit more fan friendly, but I will say this: the audience not as pumped up. And this is
if you were to watch a more recent event, it's better. But yeah, you're right. If I remember correctly, you may have had to have been invited to this tournament as a spectator too.
Are you serious?
This was super exclusive. Yeah, this was 2013. So this is 6 years ago. Yeah, this is before the Call of Duty Championship became the Call of Duty World Championship. At this point, this was the second one they ever, or third one they ever did. The first one they did was for Black Ops. It was called Call of Duty XP, and they did this originally. So yes, Raid, Slums, Standoff, Yemen, were 4 of the best maps of all time, and they were in pretty much every single one of these rotations. Those are the hardpoint maps in this. Amazing maps. I love this game. Black Ops 2 is one of my favorite Call of Duties of all time.
I was a little disappointed by the take-home prize on this. It was only 100,000, I believe.
A player.
Oh, a player.
It was 400,000 for first, 200,000 for second.
All right.
Yeah, 100,000 a player.
So here's the thing, right? A lot of people can make their argument this is way too much money for gamers to get for playing a tournament. But
you think that you're an idiot.
But they also, maybe I'll let you break this down to me. Let me say it first, and then you correct me. So I play for Optic, right? I get paid a salary by Optic, correct?
Yes, sir.
So that means that the tournament money is more than likely going back to Optic, I would assume.
Nope. You probably pay a 10% fee to Optic, or Farico, or Envy, right? You probably pay a 10% fee. You get to keep, like, most of your prize winnings for sure.
So how does the company make money off this?
T-shirt sales, merch sales. Companies come to them and say, hey, we want to sponsor Optic. Nissan comes to you and says, hey, we want to sponsor Optic. We want you guys to come shoot a commercial for it. That's how the company makes money. They're more of a agency than really an organization. They play under that organization. They represent that organization. They represent their sponsors, but they're more of an agency, I would think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Okay.
I think we do Call of Duty again next week. I think we watch.
No. We're doing Rainbow Six.
Okay. I don't know anything about Rainbow Six, so it's going to be interesting for me.
And that's why it's perfect. Dude, so I was waiting for you to say that. I got really excited there. I watched the Rainbow Six tournament, and it was like watching a bunch of like ballerina ninjas play. Friggin' amazing.
Okay. All right.
I'll send it to you, but I'm down for a COD, and I'm also down.
All right. No, let's do another Rainbow Six. Let's break it up a little bit. So one of the things I wanted to note, one of the broadcast talent, Fwiz, in this. Do you remember Fwiz? He's kind of the GQ looking guy. He's on the intro. He's on the outro. He's the one doesn't really talk much, but in between games. You remember?
The announcer?
Yeah, it's one of the announcers.
Yes. Yeah, he's the shorter guy. Yes.
He is now the head of Google Gaming.
Really?
He turned a career as an MLG ref into an MLG announcer into the head of Google Gaming. Ryan Wyatt, or Fwiz. I've played games with Fwiz.
Really?
Yes, I've played DayZ with Fwiz. This is how far I go back into this hilariously interesting community that I call esports.
Ryan Ride Games. It came right up.
No. Ryan Wyatt.
Wyatt.
Yeah, or just type in Fwiz. Fwiz. If you type in Fwiz into Google, that will come up for sure.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yes, Fwiz is now the head of Google Gaming, global Google Gaming.
So is he involved with the Stadia project, or are we just talking about Google Gaming, the channel?
He is the executive of Google Gaming. So like when Google Gaming rolled out a slightly separate web page to Google, he was in charge of that.
Oh, okay.
Right. So he
Sorry.
It's the AI's taking over, boys. Yeah. So yeah, this is the guy. He's Fwiz. He's the head of Google Gaming. He's the one who kind of took that into what it is today. It's interesting to see that he has turned his career from there into what it is now.
Any advanced or higher education in marketing or developing or anything like that?
He went to Ohio State. I'm not sure what he went for. I could probably look that up. Yeah, he's a gaming executive. I don't. I love how his occupation in Wikipedia. This is a Wikipedia page. Occupation: gaming executive, esports commentator.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I would really like to see, like, I know that, you know, some things are niche and they work better niche, right? So looking at COD tournaments, Halo tournaments, Rainbow Six tournaments, even Street Fighter and Tekken tournaments, it works better because it's very niche and it's small within the community. But we're talking about a community that's millions strong, right?
Yeah.
So it works really well on something like YouTube. I would actually like to see it go a little bit further that way. I remember you telling me the other day that there was COD on what network they were showing COD tournaments.
It was Halo years ago. But it was only 06 and 07. They didn't do it after that. It was on like TNT or something. X Games has esports in it now, so every once in a while ESPN will have it. And ESPN does cover esports now on their Sports Center.
I don't think esports should make the same mistake as UFC, right? I think it should stay exclusively on platforms like YouTube. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
no, I do, right? So the idea is to keep it small but passionate instead of going large but flooded.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that. I really do. But at some point, baseball had the same conversation. At some point, football had the same conversation, and hockey and soccer and rugby right? These guys all had the same conversation, and at some point, someone stood up and said, "Hey, we need to take the chance of going global. We need to take the chance of getting more eyes on. We need to take the chance of getting more people to watch and more people to pay us to watch." So, at some point, Call of Duty will do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think might be with the franchise league. I think they're going to do 1 year franchise league. It's going to be on Twitch, I think. And then we're going to see a potential push for either Activision to have their own network on TV, to have their own streaming platform that ties in with a Netflix, with a Hulu, with an Amazon Prime, because Amazon already owns Twitch.
Yes.
They're going to have something like that, and then they're going to get picked up on mainstream in the next few years. And I hope it's Call of Duty to do that. Although I think the production level of Counter-Strike probably fits that a little bit better.
Interestingly enough, so don't quote me on this this measurement, but did you know that there are YouTubers who do better than your #1 primetime channels in regards to some of their top shows?
Oh, absolutely. PewDiePie does it. For sure. PewDiePie kills all of them probably combined. Rogan does it. Rogan kills all of them combined.
So you know that silly program that's on most Samsung TVs and LG? Oh no, I'm sorry, it's only Samsung TV Plus. You've seen it pop up a few times when you come over to my house or when we're working on TV.
Yeah.
So that actually, they're trying to make a push into that market.
Okay.
Right? They're really trying to make a push into the gaming market, but they've made the mistake of having channels like IGN, which they've got. You understand what I'm saying? It's got millions of subscribers, but IGN is like the training wheels of getting into it.
If you want gaming news, I guess IGN is okay if you're willing to admit that they pay for their review or they get paid for their reviews.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They're going to go mainstream at some point, right?
Yeah.
I think they're going to go mainstream. Some people have. Yeah. Some people have. Ninja has. Right? That's about it right now, though. Ninja is the only household name.
Yeah.
You're going to see more of these guys coming up. What's up?
No, go ahead. I just realized that I cut you off for something you said earlier, but you're going to see more and more of these guys coming up.
You're going to see more of these guys coming up and being mainstream people, right? You're going to see more of these guys come up and start to star in movies. The Paul brothers, right? They're a good example. At one point, they were supposed to have a Disney show, but they screwed up and got their Disney show canceled. Typical. But
wait,
like,
who are those
Paul
the
brothers?
guys?
Logan Paul.
Of the with the guy.
Yep. In the Japanese Suicide Forest. Yes.
Yes.
That's those guys. They were on track to have a Disney show. You screw that up, right? So it's not going to be them, but it's going to be one of these vlog guys that's super young, that's energetic, that's personable, that's all of the above. They're going to get a TV show, right? And then you're going to see Ninja get a TV show. I would put money on in the next 3 years, Ninja is going to have a primetime TV show.
I like that dude, man, but I just don't know if other people like him enough. He does kind of have, actually, no disrespect to Ninja. I'm not going to say the next thing that I was going to say, but
good.
You know what I'm talking about.
I think you're going to see some of those guys have TV shows or star in TV shows, but they're going to cameo in TV shows.
I think Ninja does really good with Lollapalooza and like those type of events, and like
he was on a TV show recently.
Yeah, he was on what
Masked
is that?
Singer.
Masked Singer. Is that the name of it? I don't think
yeah, Masked Singer. I think. He's been on Family Feud twice now.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's called The Masked. Yes, The Masked Singer. The Masked Singer. It's on Fox. Yep.
No, I know that show's still on. I'm talking about Family Feud.
Yeah, Family Feud is still on. He's been on it twice. He was on it for a celebrity one, and he was on it with his family.
Nice. Dude.
Actually, he was on Guys Grocery Games recently.
I can see Ninja doing something on a station like MTV, right? He seems prime.
Yeah, just come in as a guest host every once in a while for something.
Yeah.
I think he could do that. I think he'll get his own TV show. I just have this feeling because both ABC and NBC both have pilots for esports related television shows in the next year.
I don't know if I want to get in bed with either of those people. let's just remember that the World Series of Fighting, I believe, was on NBC, and that was a disaster. I
Listen, I don't think primetime television is the way to go. You don't
right.
make good money doing it. He's going to make less money doing that than he is streaming. I would almost guarantee it, especially the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Right, until you can get into some sort of syndication or until you can get into year 3 through 5 of your television contract, you generally don't make that much money. He's going to make more money streaming, so I'd rather see him do that.
Yeah.
But you're on a TV show, only going to make your stream bigger.
3 things I really appreciate about Ninja and what I dislike about his haters. 1, started off as a Halo tournament player,
Correct.
just continued to grow,
Yep.
willing to go places that other people weren't going. He really was ahead. It wasn't luck. He was ahead of the game and had very good IQ on this whole thing. 2, knew that he had to switch his brand up, knew that if he wanted to continue to grow, he had to mature, stop doing some of the things he was doing before. 3, does not allow himself to feel bad about growing as a person and
Yep.
growing his brand.
Yep.
And I also really appreciated the thing when Courage got picked, when Courage went to YouTube, he actually, you can hear it in his voice, sincerely was happy for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I said that to Cash. Cash watched that video and I was standing behind him. And I said, it must be nice to have a friend like Ninja who is genuinely supportive of his friends.
Yeah.
Right? He is genuinely supportive of his friends. It's good to see, because in esports you don't see that. You see people who are facade
haters.
Not even haters, but like people who are friends in the esports community are generally just looking out for their best interest. The best interest for Ninja in this case would be for Courage to either stay on Twitch or move to Mix, not go to YouTube.
I think YouTube was a good move for Courage as a content
creator. Good move for anyone, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good move for anyone.
I think it's a good move for us. Like, we get to, have the freedom to do these videos, and even though with like a new channel, YouTube is just the best fit for a lot of people. But
yep,
what I was saying before about cutting you off. So I've been doing, and I'm addressing the fans now while talking to Zack. I've been doing a little research on Mixer versus Twitch. And I got to be honest, let me just set the stage here, right?
Yep.
And it's gonna, it will lead into one of the things that we're eventually going to talk about tonight. It seems like we're just having some fun shooting the shit right now.
Do it right now.
But
lead right into it.
So one of the things we want to talk about was toxicity versus sensitivity in regards to esports, streaming, content creators. And so there's been this huge push where Mixer has been a more family friendly, more safe environment, a little bit more healthy and more inviting. And I've seen that. I've seen a lot of that. But I'd be remiss to say that I have not seen a lot of toxicity in Twitch, sorry, that was not the fault of the content creator, right? So there are toxic people everywhere you go.
Yep.
You scroll through the comments long enough, you're gonna find that guy. Then you click on reply on his comment, and you're gonna find the rest of his friends there.
Yep.
I will say this though, and I'm interested to hear from you on this, Zach. So while I was chilling, watching a lot of Mixer stuff, Shroud, to what's suggested next, I do realize something though, right? Shroud may have only had 10,000 on this stream, but those were 10,000 people that were participating in the chat.
Yes.
And they were happy. They were happy to have him.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing with Mixer.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Mixer. Their engagement, I think, is slightly higher per viewer than Twitch is. Right.
Okay.
I don't think that Twitch is inherently toxic. YouTube comment section on a lot of videos is inherently toxic.
It's horrible.
Reddit can be inherently toxic. 4chan can be toxic. I don't think Twitch is inherently toxic. There are sections of Twitch that are toxic, that are about as toxic as you can get. Right?
Are you talking about the World of Warcraft and what's the other one? League of Legends?
No, World of Warcraft is actually a supportive community.
Okay, what about
League of Legends is really bad. Counter-Strike on the fringes is really bad. Rainbow Six on the fringes are really, really bad. Specifically, I'm thinking of one channel that has the most toxic
It's
chat
horrible, dude. It's
on
horrible.
Twitch. You don't even know this person.
Oh, it's not my guy. It's not Wings.
Not Wings. Wings has a much more supportive community than Sneaky does. Sneaky is a League of Legends streamer whose entire chat is just flaming him the entire time. Is just being toxic the entire time. And he's built his entire stream around it.
So wait, let me get this straight. Let's normalize this for anyone listening. You're telling me that his popularity is based basically on the psychology of I want to make this guy feel bad.
His popularity is based on the fact that he is probably the longest standing member of C9 and the best player on C9 most years in League of Legends, and one of the top 5 best players in NA League of Legends history. That's where his popularity comes from. But when you go into his chat, it is just spam, copy paste. It's, flaming him for things. It's funny because it's so like, it's, like when, you could say something that's so over the top that it is implied sarcasm.
Yes.
That it should not be taken in any other way but as a comedic value or sarcasm. We say something so over the top. That's kind of what his chat is, but it's purposefully toxic for that reason.
So, all right, so we got to do a little clarification, and I'm going to let Zack clarify because he has a little bit more experience in this realm. Even though the word toxic means what it means, sensitivity means what it means. We all can agree there is a baseline definition for these words, universally accepted. But in the context of what we're talking about right now, Zack, explain to the people what we mean by toxic.
Toxic, I would speak in gaming terms, right? Because this is what the audience that we're going to attract. Toxic is when you're purposefully and on purpose and maliciously attacking someone. That is toxic. When you make a remark or a comment or poking fun at someone in a more lighthearted or not as intentionally malicious way, people can get sensitive about that. Right? There is a huge difference there.
All right. So let's get into it, man. I've been watching a lot of Wings of Redemption. So, for anyone who isn't aware of this, and I might be the only person who wasn't aware of it, to see his actual content approved by him, you have to go to his Twitch channel. Right?
Yes.
Anything you find on YouTube is a troll.
Sean Ranklin, he's the big one.
Yes, all those guys. Yes, all those guys.
Big ups, Liquid Richard.
So, Wings of Redemption, go to his channel. Zack put me onto this guy one night, and I was instantly turned off by the fact I'm like, oh man, people are just saying horrible things to this guy. And so first of all, the guy's sick at Rainbow Six. I can't,
he's good.
He's an above average
player. He's a good player. So he started out as a COD player. He was an above average COD player as well. He wasn't amazing, right? I think him and his best day versus me and my best day, I'm going to take the games off of him, right?
Right.
But he was a person you wanted on your team because he was generally going to be doing well. Now, Wings coined a lot of bad things back in the day. The joke that he made was that his production company was Intense Camping Production. Wings is a camper. That's all he does, right? Not intense, it's intense camping production. Right? It's actually a really funny play on words.
Well, yeah, that's good.
Wings is a camper. He's going to hold the choke. He's going to hold B flag from the outside for the entire game. That's what Wings is going to do. But he coined that, and he also, the one thing that you have to give him is one-man army noob tubes in Modern Warfare 2. So, little history. Noob tubes is the underbarrel grenade launcher on a gun in Call of Duty that shoots a projectile that explodes when it hits the ground, right? Noob tubes. There was a perk in Modern Warfare 2. It was a first slot perk. It was called One Man Army. It took away your secondary, but you would be able to reload your class and get everything back. Equipment, ammo, stun grenades, and your grenade launchers. You'd be able to get your grenade launchers back. So he would run an assault rifle with a grenade launcher with one-man army in danger close, and then shoot his 2 noob tubes, switch to one-man army, refill his class, shoot 2 more noob tubes, switch to one-man army. You just have infinite grenade launcher. Infinite. So he coined that.
So in the Street Fighter terms, we call that cheesing.
That is the first instance in Call of Duty of cheesing, minus frag times 3 in COD 4.
Okay.
That is severe cheesing. He coined that as well. There's a lot of history with the wings that you don't know about. I don't know if you want to get into the full wings history here.
No, let's not, because okay. I don't want the dude to feel like we're dumping on him. But I am aware.
I've been a big fan of Wings Redemption for years. I like his play style. I like the way he does things. I think the way he handles trolls may be a little smarter than most people think. Steve, you're way out of focus.
I know. I just saw that.
Steve is just a polygon in the background. I think he handles things a little bit better than most people, and I could just be buying into the Wings of Redemption, whatever, right? Admittedly, the guy is kind of a clown. So, right. It goes both ways, but I've been a huge fan. I've been a fan for years, so I don't want the guy to think we're dumping on him.
Let me just say this. Wings, I'm on your side. So, one, I'm on your side for multiple reasons in regard to this statement. Some punk, I can't even use the word that I wanted to say because I want to keep this within the realms that one day my children might hear this, and I don't want them to hear me saying these words.
Okay.
Said that, I guess his girlfriend, I don't know a lot about the show. His grandmother used to make cameos, and I guess he had a girlfriend at one point, and they were like, hey, where's your girlfriend? I guess she's getting blacked. So I'm 38, right? I don't know what a lot of things mean because I don't fucking, pardon my language, I don't friggin' troll the internet looking for these things. So I go Google it. I'm like, what does that mean, getting blacked? And I Google it, and I had to go deep on the rabbit hole on this, but sure enough,
I think it's
you'll find it.
Oh yeah,
you'll find it on Reddit or Urban Dictionary. 2 places.
Urban Dictionary is your best friend on this term search here.
Yeah, and when I found it, I was like, man, I would love to kick the. But anyway, so this guy's most of his traffic comes, I think, on YouTube comes from people who've created channels
for him
regarding his channel, and it's just people talking constant crap.
Does he even? I don't think he uploads to YouTube.
I can't find. Whenever you type in Wings of Redemption, it's like 4 to 5 people who upload his content. And dude, it was so bad at one point. One guy was like, "Oh, you mean to tell me I don't have to donate to this guy? I can just make fun of him like by coming to these channels and watching his stuff?" And I'm like, "Well, that defeats the purpose of what the guy's doing because on top of it, like he is trying to make money and his I guess anyway, we're not going to go into the rest of the stuff, but toxic or overly sensitive? Is he
both?
Is he both?
Yeah, he is a person who could be incredibly toxic, which is weird to say, but he is also an incredibly sensitive person.
Right.
So, it goes both ways. He hasn't uploaded to YouTube for over a year.
I noticed that he engages with the people saying racist things and trying to stop them. And I'm like, dude, just ban him from your channel. He's like, why are you going back and forth with him?
He's a person who gets drug into the deep waters on a lot of things, unfortunately. That can happen, and it does happen to.
So even if we're not talking about him, there is a clear toxicity when it comes to playing games and you're in the chat and stuff like that.
Yes.
We're not going to get into it, but my first time playing COD with you and the guys, literally.
That is a odd thing, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blatant use of racial slurs in Call of Duty is a thing that's been there for years. Like, you had said it, and I hadn't even noticed that it was going on because just as a Call of Duty player, as bad as it is, it's just there. I'm
Well, here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing. You guys actually, to correct you there, you guys had come to like my defense, like, hey, Steve, don't get mad. It's just
oh,
this is
okay.
you were
Yeah.
like, this is COD. Don't get mad. But in case everyone's wondering, it doesn't have to take. You don't have to use too much of your imagination to figure out what we're talking about
Yeah.
here. And it's just,
There was
yeah,
blatant use of racial slurs. But unfortunately, in almost every game in Call of Duty, you jump in, especially with people
yeah,
who are on console. That's big. People on PC are usually a little bit better. It just happens. It's there.
right.
I've been dealing with that since Modern Warfare 2 and the PS3. Right. At first, it's jarring, and then after 3 years, you get used to it, and then it's just part of the game.
Now, so do you think that's the same thing as like the rest of the trolls and like Facebook and Twitter? It's like I'm safe in this area,
Correct.
so I can say
100%.
what I want to say. Gotcha.
Absolutely. You're on the internet. You're anonymous. So the things that you wouldn't do or wouldn't say in real life, get them out. That's what
See,
people do.
this is why I think that every console should come with a mandatory camera. Right? You don't have a choice in the matter. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like as soon as you buy it, it comes up, and it's just
So
like
YouTube tried a thing like this to stop this from happening, right?
Oh boy.
They, years ago, they forced you to use your real name while commenting on a YouTube video. You remember this?
Oh. No, I don't.
They forced everyone to then have to remake their name or use your real name, because then it would be less anonymous and then you'd be okay. And then people rioted, and now we're back to the old YouTube.
It's amazing to me because within that anonymity lives the ability to say things that you normally would not have the courage to say. And I confronted someone about this once. I was like, hey man, why not use your real name or at least your real profile
Yeah.
when you're saying the things that you're saying? Because you're not saying anything like in this instance, this person wasn't saying anything offensive. It's like, but why do you have a fake profile in this regard? Why not stand up loud and proud? So when I
Yeah.
do most of my internet debates, I can't hide my face. Like I got my
Right.
face right there on my Twitter. It's like,
Yep.
hey, at one point I actually had my full name. I think I still do. I might need to change that.
Yeah.
But I just but now that we've talked about the toxicity, let's talk about some people who are overly sensitive. Who are some streamers that are overly sensitive when in regards to
You
their
know,
community?
I probably don't know any. I don't, admittedly, I only watch a very few people on Twitch. And the people that I watch on Twitch are either really big and are like used to this kind of stuff, or are small enough to where they're just appreciate people being in there, whether it's
Okay.
toxic or not. Um, I don't. There are people who. Do you have anyone in mind?
Well, the e-girls get a lot of hate.
They
Like
get a lot of hate, but they deal with it better than anyone else.
you know who deals with it well? The two-time coolest man on the earth with
Doc, but
yeah, he deal
he's playing a character. It's
Of
different
course.
when you separate Guy from Doc,
Yeah.
right? When it's Guy Beam, the man who designed multiplayer maps for Sledgehammer Games, versus Dr. Disrespect, it's easy to go, I'm Doc, right? I'm going to take all the hate, and then Guy is universally loved, right?
Wait,
for
so
creating this character.
I don't want to go too psychology on you, but in actuality, it's not that Doc plays an inhibitor and that personality, that created character protects him. It just allows him to respond in a way that he would want to respond.
There
So
you go.
there was a guy who came into his chat and said some straight up foul, just foul to him, and Doc kind of leaned back and he's like, you know what? I don't think I like you. It just went.
Yeah, Doc deals with it really well.
Uh,
So that rolls
what's
us into another topic here, though,
go for it?
is who has the better community, Twitch or Mixer? Twitch is slightly toxic, where Mixer is way more family friendly. Which would you rather be a big streamer on?
I don't think I would want to be a big streamer, but if I had to choose, I would go with Mixer. But it's not in regards to toxicity or oversensitivity. It's actually because it has the most room, in my mind, in spite of what the metrics say, for growth. Because there's a smaller amount of viewership, on that platform, people are more inclined to go into channels they've never been to before.
No, the metrics would prove you wrong here. The metrics would prove
What?
that people are going to just
What did
going.
I literally just say?
I understand, but you said people would be more inclined to browse.
No, in my estimation, from what I've seen, people bounce back and forth from channels on there. There's no
Wrong.
behind it. Wait. Before we get into this, beyond looking at the metrics and the compiled data, how much time have you spent looking at Mixer shows or Mixer channels?
Less than 100 hours.
Is it less than 10 hours?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
So you don't think it's gonna last though?
I don't think Mixer is going to grow on the level that Twitch did. What will beat Twitch is YouTube.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. 100%.
Yeah, what will beat Twitch is YouTube, because YouTube is tried and true. YouTube has been here for 13 years now, 14 years now. It has grown year over year.
Yep.
Now it only makes sense that they would be able to grow their streaming side of things. That is why I think Mixer will die, not because of Twitch, but because of YouTube.
I think Mixer might be ahead of its time in many ways. I'm just speaking as someone coming from console gaming. It's only for Xbox, but there is a niche market for console gamers to have a community and stream, and they just haven't really figured it out.
PlayStation can do it to Twitch.
That's a good point.
It doesn't matter, right? Because you're big streamers, right? Which is where you want to be as a streamer, right? You don't want to be a 5 or 6 viewer streamer. You want to be a big streamer. They all have and all play on PC.
Right. I think Mixer survives because of the part of the market they're aiming for, and I think they'll get a TGIF type of thing going on here pretty soon, where people, like we've talked about a few times, where people will go, okay, hey, this is a safe space for my, and I hate saying those words
For your
together.
children.
But this is a safe place for them to go
Yeah,
and watch content.
I agree. But everyone's jumping ship on Twitch.
You know why they're jumping ship though? This is not
guaranteed money. Way better than the instability of please subscribe to my channel.
Also, this is the result of being the biggest and only option for so long, right? Because when you sit at that much of the market share, you can treat your content creators any way you want to.
Yes.
Until the competition shows up and says, hey, we probably wouldn't have banned you for that. We'll ban you for using the N-word. We won't ban you for a nip slip. We won't give you a lifetime ban.
So Mixer is harsher on that than both YouTube and Twitch.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I literally just threw my dog over my head while I was streaming, and they didn't kick
Twitch
me
would be fine. Mixer, you're gone.
No, wait. I thought it was Twitch that chick got kicked off of.
She didn't get kicked off. That was the issue. That's why Ninja left.
That was the issue.
Because she didn't get any sort of reprimand. And it was a linity, by the way. She threw a cat over her head.
So if you're a chick, you get a fan. If you're a guy, you get a ban.
There you go. That's what my argument's been forever on this. Because she's an attractive woman and a medium to big size streamer, she's fine.
But what about the bit rate on Mixer, Zach? Doesn't that
a little bit better, but it makes it less. Hold on, it makes it less accessible by more people.
Okay.
Do you have the ability to support 10 megabit down all the time?
I do.
Right. Does someone in South Carolina have the ability to support 10 megabit down all the time?
Not in South Carolina in certain parts.
Right.
Sure.
Any of those southern states, terrible infrastructure, terrible internet. They don't have the ability to support that. Some people by where we live up here in wonderful Alberta, Ontario, British Columbia, Canada.
Woo! Shout outs.
They don't have the internet to support it.
Is that why Google Fi never took off? They just never.
That's why
really
Google Fi
pushed.
never took off, and it's why Google Stadia will never take off. And it's why and that's why the Ouya never took off.
Hold on for a second. Now you're talking crazy about the Fi, and you're talking crazy about the Stadia. Stadia is going to take off, bro. This is the end of your PC. You might as well throw that thing out the window.
Which one?
Well, give me the good one. Throw the other one out the window.
They're both good. So, yeah, unfortunately, the issue with streaming right now is that everywhere doesn't have accessible internet with capable speeds, right? You
Yeah.
don't want to just cater to the US. That's how companies die.
All right, but
That's why GM almost died. That's why Chevrolet almost died. That's why Ford almost died.
wait, I know
Catered
I'm
just to the
asking
United
you a lot
States.
of open-ended questions here, but Mixer proposes that they have the answer to their little foothold on the market share there, which is they believe they haven't said this officially, but I think they believe that the more Xbox consoles that are sold, especially with next gen coming,
Yep.
you know where I'm going with this, right? That the community itself will grow based off of that. But here's the problem, right? I don't know if I've ever actually heard anyone say, "Hey, man, I'm not going to play my game today. I'm just going to watch Mixer on my Xbox console." But I can download Twitch on my Samsung
Yeah.
and watch it more readily and accessible on my TV. What do you think?
Yeah, you can. So now here's the issue. The Xbox 360 sold 1 million more consoles lifetime than the Xbox One did.
Uh-huh.
So your plan is to sell consoles to get people on your platform, right?
Right.
Now, in theory, I'm a numbers man. You sell 1 million less than you did the year before, and you're going to sell a million less the generation after. You're going downhill. You're going to stay going downhill unless you do something that's incredible. And they're not going to. They're not a PC.
No. Actually, I think we all kind of see where this is going, but I'll be the one to say it because it's easier for the novice to say it. Pretty soon, for sure, the first console on its way out is the Xbox. If you're
No,
looking at, you don't think so?
I think you're wrong. I think
I think Xbox is on its
Nintendo
way
was
out.
the first one to go.
Okay, so I don't even consider them a console anymore.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Like they're not a console with the Switch. I'm sorry to all the Switch community. I know you guys are just standing outside my door.
Look how much dust is on this thing.
But Zach,
Yeah.
let's be honest, right? You can download Microsoft Xbox games in the Microsoft Store,
Yes.
and they're only going to keep pushing that more and more. We're only going to see more games become available quicker for Microsoft on Steam and other platforms. What do you call those? What is the technical term for something like the Steam store? What would you
Marketplaces.
call marketplaces? And that's going to happen a lot quicker than you're going to see it on PlayStation. In
Yeah.
fact, PlayStation is going to be like the last vestige for consoles.
So I
They'll
would
be the
think
last one to
PlayStation
go
goes
down.
first, and I'll explain
I,
why. Sony
the
is a
numbers.
non-profitable company.
Sony is a non-profitable company, but that is their most profitable part of their
Correct.
company.
But if the rest of them
But
fails, it all goes.
no, because this is how big business works. They'll sell off Sony Productions, right? They'll
To
sell
keep
the movies.
PlayStation up.
Yep, they will sell that movie studio, kill everyone in that office before they let go of the most profitable part. And did you know the PlayStation 4 still outsells the Xbox to this day?
2-1. More
That's
than 2-1.
outrageous.
I have the lifetime total sales numbers up until January of this year.
It's outrageous, dude.
PlayStation sold 92.6 million consoles, where the Xbox One sold 41.5.
Which one do you see? Which one at launch came with more games? And your guess. Let me just see if you know this.
The Xbox.
Do you know that meant nothing to Die Hard?
What did it launch with? It launched with Forza Motorsport 6 or
and
something.
What's that other game you love? With the mechs. I think that was on launch too.
Titanfall was not a launch title because it was globally released for all platforms.
Was it?
Yes. I bought it on PC when it came out. I remember I was a senior in high school. And when I played the beta, and then we were talking about it in school, and then I had a PlayStation kid, an Xbox kid, and I was a PC player at this time. We were all sitting around talking about it. And I was talking shit to the rest of them because they all suck. So, yes. Actually, when did it come out? Titanfall release date 2014. Yeah.
They're not gonna make it. But what they are gonna do, that's I think the cloud gaming, the direction that PlayStation and Xbox, they're trying to, Microsoft, they're teaming up in that regard, letting PlayStation use their servers. I would be wary of doing business with a company like Sony.
Yeah.
I would be extremely wary of doing business with a company like Sony.
I would be wary of doing a business with a company like Microsoft.
100%. When any company that's willing to use an algorithm to fire its key programmers, gotta be careful.
Yeah. So let's get back to the original topic. Let's get back to the original topic that we're on.
Sorry. I took us down.
Why is everyone leaving Twitch? Courage is the most recent one that I know of. The most recent important one that left. He went to YouTube. Security, right?
Security, but I think it was a little bit more in his instance. I think that it really does. I think he sees himself as more than a content creator, and he sees himself as a creative person. Probably the best avenue and medium for him to put out his artwork and his mind. And to be honest with you, I think it's a good move for him.
It's a good move for a lot of people.
And he's starting to transcend, dude. You start hugging people like Ariana Grande, something's happening.
Yeah. I agree. He's coming up on 2 million 2 million subs on YouTube. So
it's a real good look for 100 Thieves. Real good look for them.
Yeah.
I don't think he's long for that team, but it's a real good look for them.
I don't think it's long for him either.
I think Nedshot was like,
Yeah, unfortunately, he was on Optic for a few months and left to join 100 Thieves, so
yeah. But
I just
think a lot of people leaving Twitch, and I always like to use this as an example, was same reason a lot of the guys left the original Dogtown team and skating.
Bigger and better things.
The opportunity was provided, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't always the best move, but
listen, let's get down to the point here. Do you want us to upload our videos on your platform? Contact your agent Jeffrey. He'll take care of things. Jeff!
Oh, we fired Jeff.
Oh my God! Who did we hire?
Jeff is gone. Tobiah is our new editor and manager.
What happened to the one in between Jeff and Tobiah?
Listen, only thing about Tobiah is he asked me to borrow $20. I have not spoken to him since this morning, but I think he's going to come back with it. Tobiah is definitely.
I've never met the guy.
I hired him without your consent. No, but seriously, dude, I honestly think that's the reason, and we're going to see that more and more.
Yeah, I think you're right.
People are gonna leave Twitch because they're gonna have the opportunity to leave Twitch, right?
And for guaranteed money, man.
The only person who's not gonna leave is Doc. Because where is he gonna go?
He can't. Right.
He can't. He is.
I was convinced. I was convinced that Shroud wouldn't leave either, though.
No. That guy. Listen, man. His leave video was perfect. You know why it was perfect?
He didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything, and then they had that adorable shot with him and his girlfriend and the cat, and I was like, "This is perfect for his personality."
Yeah.
And by the way, man, his community on Mixer, very supportive, dude.
Yeah, supportive. A lot of Mixer communities are. That's the nice thing about Mixer, but still, at this moment, mark my words, Twitch is king.
Yeah, Twitch is definitely king right now. Let me ask you a question: do you miss it?
Sometimes. Obviously not enough to go back, but yeah, sometimes I do. Sometimes I miss just turn on the stream, chit chatting with a bunch of people, and just having a good time playing games. For sure.
That's a good point.
I miss being able to fill lobbies. Like if we have 4 people in a lobby instead of the 6 that we need, I used to be able to just pull people from Twitch out. We did it all the time.
Yeah.
I used to do it all the time. We were missing a person in World War Z. I'd pull a guy in. They were usually a freaking expert.
So here's the thing, right? This leads us back into the toxicity thing. I think more and more people will leave Twitch 100% because here's the thing a troll needs to understand. You can pay me the sub money to come in and talk crap to me.
Yep.
But if I have the option not to deal with you, and by not deal with you, I mean I can go somewhere else where I can be entertaining, create for people, and really enjoy the community part of streaming, I'm going to do that, dude.
Absolutely.
On top of getting paid millions. Guaranteed
money is king, man. Let's be fair. It's Doesn't matter if you're Twitch, you're YouTube, you're D-Life, you're Azubu, whoever.
Those people stole my name, dude. There's got to be someone I can talk to about that.
You better have lawyers. The whole corporate lawyer system. It doesn't matter who you are. If you come to me with, hey, we're going to pay you $10,000 a week for the next 4 years, stream on our platform 40 hours a week, if not more, you're going to take it.
So look at what we're doing, right? So you're too young to know what this is, I think, right? But there used to be a thing on the greater cable network, which used to be the frontier before the internet, called public access television, right?
Public access television.
And there were some dark and terrible and scary things that we could broadcast on public access. But there were also some really cool things, and it was a chance for people to break out and find higher career levels. And that's what YouTube and content creation and other platforms have become. The ability to do things that you couldn't do before. And I think as long as Twitch is willing to grow and provide that for people, people will stay. Yeah. But if it just becomes one huge bro fest, people are going to ditch. You know, they're going to continue to ditch. And then we'll see people get into their lanes. Twitch would be the place you go to for more extreme people.
Yeah.
No disrespect. Mixer would be the place you go to. Like, you know, yeah. That's all. It'll be the Williamsburg of streaming. And YouTube.
YouTube be the place that you go to watch your stream. I would guarantee it.
Well, they've got it really set up. Can you imagine the time when YouTube was not owned by Google? What was that guy thinking, right? He sold it to them? What was that?
He was thinking, wow, they just offered me $1 billion for this.
They did not give him $1 billion for that.
The pseudo search engine.
It was millions. What's the other one that's not YouTube? There's another video platform. I hate that place.
YouTube bought by Google for $1.65 billion.
He didn't get that though. He got, after taxes, he got like millions.
No.
Dude, I guarantee he got millions.
So,
look it up. He's from California.
Oh, yeah. Hurley and Chen and another key employee, Jaweed Karim, each stand to make between $100 and $200 million from the deal. Wow.
It's like, that's why.
Oh, because the venture firm that funded $11.5 million for YouTube, who owned roughly 30% of the company, made $500 million.
It's like the UFC buyout deal.
Dana made $200 million from that.
No. He made way more and is making way more than that. Do you know that he has a yearly contract with them where he gets paid out and bonuses for when they meet goals and stuff?
Really?
On top of his shares?
Unfortunately, with the ESPN era, they're not making any sort of goals. So,
dude, they're killing it. They're killing it. This is long-term big business. That's why Jay-Z. This is why Jay-Z is the only real billionaire rapper. Other people have the moniker of billion, but he's the only guy who's ever going to actually hold on to $1 billion. He owns the rights to his music. So you know what that means?
That's huge.
Long after.
Huge. No, it's huge. Because then his kids are going to own the rights to his music, and his kids' kids are going to own the rights to his music. And
when we start hearing this stuff in pancake commercials, Jigga's still getting paid.
Billions.
So Zack got a new job.
Why are we jumping right into that one? I thought we were gonna end on that one.
Dude, you got a new job, man.
I did.
You're outside of the school, man, making the big bucks.
I am. Yeah. It's exciting. I have a lot of paperwork to do to fulfill it. It's a government job, so yeah. I got lucky. I bid on an opportunity and I got my chance. That's what happened.
No. There's no such thing as luck, my good friend, but I won't go all theological on you there. Dude, not only is he working for the government, he's working for the feds.
We weren't supposed to say that. No, we're not working for the feds, but yeah, I got a good job, right? I had laid out a plan to my parents years ago. I didn't go to college. Years ago, I needed to get
university.
Oh. Right, that. I laid out a plan to my parents that I needed experience to get into the field that I want to get into, and that I've been working on that for the last few years, and I finally got my opportunity. So, yeah,
How's it feel,
I'm really
man?
happy. I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's interesting. I don't know exactly how to feel yet. Still have so much stuff to do to get the paperwork fulfilled for the job. There's a lot of stress there. But once that's over, we can probably talk more about it again next week, because then
Right.
I'll have all of the paperwork done and stuff. Then it'll be way better. Yeah, I'll have no stress going into my last week of work at the school. Yeah, it's really cool. It's also interesting to see that from the role that I was doing to what I'm doing now at work, even though it seems like I'm doing a lot of nothing, I'm actually constantly helping people do the little things that I did behind the scenes to make everything work. And that's interesting, right? Because I finally get to share a little bit of my secrets that I've been holding for these last few years, in making everyone's lives around me a little bit easier.
Are you
So
typing right now?
I'm just marking off the topics that we got through.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting because so if I can for a second, Zach got a job that is highly coveted by people who are usually in my age bracket for a level of security and growth. So that's two things you want in life in
Yeah.
regards to employment. You want security, knowing that you will have a job, won't be wrongfully fired or anything like that for budgets or anything like that. But the opportunity for growth, and that's a huge thing
Yeah.
nowadays in Canada and in the States, is being able to say, "Hey, I'm going to work to do what I want to do, and I have the opportunity to grow in doing that." So
Yeah.
for me and the rest of the disgruntled teachers drinking in the lounge every day in between classes,
And
we wish them adieu.
I appreciate that. I really, um, yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah,
Video production won't stop. You guys won't see a hiccup in it. I'm sure I'll be talking way more about it once I get into the job and into the role and start fulfilling my duties in there. But it's cool. It's cool. I am for my age, I'm in a job that I could be in for the next 30 years and retire, right?
yeah.
And retire at probably a fairly early age.
But here's the thing, right? He won't, because he'll stay in this job and to grow into it, and then if you knew Zach like I knew him in the short year that I've known him, we're a lot alike in the sense that advancement is key. So he's
Yeah.
never going to be happy. He's never going to be happy in the position, but it does afford him an opportunity that I would push anyone listening to this. Don't ever get so stuck in a situation where you can't see a way to grow out of it, right?
Yeah. I'm fortunate with that. I am in the position that I'm in currently, that I could move up if I wanted to, but moving out and up at the same time is probably my best opportunity for just future growth, future any just well-being mostly. So yeah, it's an incredible opportunity, and I'm really happy that I got it. Apparently I interviewed incredible. So
And here's the next thing, right? So it also shows you that developing relationships within the workplace is vital. I don't believe in gimmies, right? Anyone that ever gets a gimme in the workplace, they're bound to fall on their face. But people who vouch for you and vouch for you for the right reasons
yeah,
know what you're capable of.
yeah,
You know, I had the opportunity to speak to the people who had interviewed Zach, and I can say that I didn't have to lie at all when they called for his reference, and that felt good.
just a little.
No, I didn't. I didn't lie even a little bit. The woman called me while I was with my kids.
He's like, I didn't have time to lie.
No, I didn't have time to lie, dude. I accidentally paused on the cartoon so I could lie and like make something up, and then she just heard them going crazy. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. It's my day off. I'm home with my kids. I paused the cartoons. It's a full scale revolt, and she said, I totally get it. She's like, that happens to me. And I was like, I'm just gonna be honest, but it's good stuff, man. And comment in comment down below if you've had opportunities to grow or leave a job that you thought maybe you were going to be there a little bit longer. We'd love to hear that type of stuff. We try to do
Yeah,
a
for
little bit
sure.
more serious stuff in gaming, talking with a dad. So let us know,
Yeah.
man.
It's a really cool opportunity. But for that, in celebration, I went and bought myself a new camera.
$2,000, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
Man.
it is not that much. It is a full frame camera, so if I ever needed to buy lenses for it, I'm screwed because they're expensive.
Why'd you buy a new camera, Zach? Tell the people why you bought one.
Well, I wasn't quite happy with the video production that we were doing. When we get the rare opportunity to do a in-person podcast, this will massively increase our production. I also really like photography. I have an older camera here. I have an old Canon T3i that, you know what, love it. I really do. It's a great camera. It served me well throughout the years. But it's time to move on, move up. So I'm going from an APCS frame to a full frame camera. Lens.
Does that one record longer than 10 minutes at a time?
Well, we haven't tested it yet, Steven, so we will find out. But yeah, this is a Sony A7 Mark II. If anyone's interested, I got it on a good discount. It was $1,000 for the body plus the lens, which is usually like a $1,700 ordeal. So I got it on a really good discount. I like it. I don't have a strap. I don't have a hand strap for it yet. That's why I don't have a strap on it at all. But from the photos that I've taken and the photos that I've been able to get into Photoshop and look around and stuff, it's incredible. So I'm super happy with it. And you guys will be seeing the quality and such coming soon, hopefully. We got some stuff planned coming up in December. We're
actually going to go pretty hard in December.
Yeah, so we're going to be able to utilize this guy. Steve's going to dress up like Santa Claus. We'll just give you a little hint there.
Santa Claus is not going to steal my glory from my kids this year, right? It's not fair. I go to work every day.
He's like, well, first of all, I'm telling my kids there is no Santa. Second of all, only dad.
Here's the thing, right? Zach loves photography just as much as I love sound equipment. That's the only reason I was thinking about buying the Astro. Listen, I'm going to be completely candid with you, right? You bought that camera, and I started looking at mixers. But I don't need a 21-channel mixer, do I?
No. No. I barely need the 7-channel one that I have over here. Sorry. 1, 6, 7, 8. 8 channels. I barely need that. But my audio wouldn't be the audio.
No, I know you use it for the audio, but other than that, what is it?
And headphones.
Are you DJing at home at all, or
no? It's not that kind of mixer.
Okay.
It's purely to take XLR input and properly power these headphones and transmit it into the computer.
Sound quality is amazing.
I have the best.
Anyway,
so let's go back to gaming before we get out of here.
Okay.
What games have you ever, right? We were talking about this recently, I think at the school. Have you ever fully completed? Have you ever 100% in any game? I know you said you just did it recently with one of your sons in the Spider-Man game.
Yeah, we 100 that. I mean, like, there was no stone unturned.
Okay.
Other than the stuff that they put in there, like bot missions and stuff like that, where a random villain will jump up, 100% completed. Got all the suits, got all the powers, got all the attributes, maxed it out, right?
Cool.
And our reward for doing that was getting Spidey's last costume, which is actually not a costume; it's him naked. But the attribute
in his underwear, right?
Yeah, in his underwear. But the attribute that comes with that is you can knock anyone out when the power is activated with one punch.
Okay.
The only other game besides that I think I ever did, I think it would have been Shadow of Mordor.
Okay.
My character in that game at one point was God level.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I've only ever done it with 2 games.
What's that?
Maybe 3. Skate 2, Skate 3. In Skate 2, I was ridiculous. So the second part of getting the trophies in Skate 2 on the PS3 was you had to go online and do certain types of matches and win certain types of events online against other players. And I just did that in an afternoon. I was legit good at that game. I was winning games at skate. I was winning park tournaments. I was winning street skating tournaments. I was legitimately good.
There's no online component to the skate games, is there?
There is. This is what I was talking about.
Really?
Yeah. You know how many hours me and Shane have spent just sessioning like a set of stairs, some weird wall-y area. Like, yeah, there absolutely is.
See, the thing about skate, right? I think more so than Tony Hawk. You have to. You don't have to. Let me choose my words carefully.
Yeah, you
But
better choose your words carefully. It's a great game.
if you are a skater, you're gonna be okay with a lot of repetition in that game. Because what's a skate session, right?
A lot of
It's
repetition.
it's me not landing 6 out of 10 tricks and then catching those last 4.
Yep.
You know?
That's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. So those are the 2 games that I did it on. 100%. Leave comments down below if you've ever fully completed 100% platinum trophied a game. I want to know.
Else.
That's it for me.
I tried to go for it in God of War, but I got to be honest with you, like this.
You know what the most ridiculous games to do it on? Are the Grand Theft Auto games.
Oh, I maxed out San Andreas.
You went and got all the oysters?
I did everything.
There's literally a point where you have to get 100 oysters. You have to swim through the lakes and the oceans to get the oysters in the oceans.
In San Andreas?
In San Andreas, you have to get the oysters to 100% complete the game. You have to do the ambulance mission so you get double health. You have to do the cops mission so you get double armor. You have to do the firefighter missions. You do so you get the ability to dual wield pistols, I think is what.
Well, this has been another episode of Talk Like That. Please like and subscribe. Facebook page is coming soon.
I love that Steve's cutting us off before we get to the rest of the topics.
Oh wait, what do we got? What do we have? There's nothing left, dude.
I wanted to know if you have an updated review on Modern Warfare. I
do have
a big patch today.
Review. Oh really?
Yes. Remember all the things that. Hold on.
You don't even play the game anymore. You said it was dead. You said the game was dead.
I did not say that, and I actually played it today. One game. I played Hardpoint. Went 36-14. Pretty okay game. But they addressed a few of the issues that I had. They nerfed claymores a little bit, not enough. They fixed footsteps, which actually are pretty good now. They nerfed that stupid shotgun, which I just got killed by the entire time I was.
Amen.
They added a few maps. They added Hardpoint, which is my favorite game mode. Love Hardpoint. And that's it. I think the game is still about 7.5 out of 10. Not quite there yet.
Here's the thing, right? I don't drink G Fuel. I don't drink Monster.
You drink Monster every day.
I don't drink it while I'm playing these games, right?
Okay, that's fair.
Those are monsters that people buy for me, so it's not me technically drinking them. It's the addict in me. But I want to play God more. Here's the thing, right? There's too much stuff going on, man. I got to get in the game and get in my rhythm, man.
Have you ever tried being good at the game?
Being good at the game. See, that entails that I could just get on the game and I'm some type of savant and just go for it, right? Being good at the game, I need to be able to play. Actually, I probably shouldn't just play with you. You are the most toxic person on the internet.
Oh, I'm not. I'm the most supportive player when I play with you in Call of Duty.
True. It's true.
I'm asking if you have questions. I'm trying to teach you how to do things.
Zach is very attentive when I'm playing. He's like, Steve, how you feeling? I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm running.
Well, Steve, where'd you die from?
I actually have a lot of fun. I obviously have a lot of fun when I get kills in the game.
Yeah.
I just, I got to play it more. And I know the game's not going to be as popular in 2 weeks, right? So it'll start to slow down in pace, and I'll be able to really get into it. And then in 4 weeks,
it's going to pick up in pace.
What?
The less people that are there, the less campers that'll be. Campers will go back to their Rainbow Sixes, they'll go back to their Counter Strikes, they'll go back to their PUBG. And the real players will be.
The real player.
There's just me and Arks and Shane and Reggie and Steve all the way in the back, smiling, waiting for the moment that someone runs at me and I gun them down.
We're the last people on the servers, right? You can still catch a game on PS3 servers too, right?
For what? Modern Warfare 2?
Not Modern. Which I don't know. Which,
I will go destroy people on Modern Warfare 2. I have a copyright.
It's in your car, bro.
It is.
It's literally in your car next to the same McDonald's bag it's been next to the time.
There's no McDonald's. There's no McDonald's in Canada. What are you talking about? Tim Hortons bag.
Dude, I enjoy COD. Probably play some with you if you're gonna get on there right now. And actually, yeah, I need some running gun in my life. I had a pretty hard day. I need to murderize something.
Let's do it.
What do the people have to look forward to, Zach?
Are
we covering these fights tomorrow?
No.
Just be honest with me.
I don't think we are. I don't think we are. I'm gonna watch them. You're gonna watch them. I know you're gonna watch them.
What time do they come on?
2:00.
I'm not gonna watch them and be at work.
Well, that sucks for you. I'll watch them while I'm editing videos tomorrow. Really? Be excited for the Borderlands 3 gameplay coming up this week. Monday through Friday, we're gonna have videos up at least, maybe even one on Saturday. If I'm not lazy, I could probably get one up for Sunday even too. Good session this week we had, I think.
Fun.
Podcast next week still gonna go up on Saturday, but we're gonna record it a day early. We're gonna record on Thursday instead of Friday. And we are going to still upload on Saturday. So that won't change for you guys. Yeah, look forward to the Borderlands 3 gameplay. Leave us some comments down in the comment section. What do you guys want to see us play? Right? If you guys are still here, what do you want to see us play? We're having fun with Borderlands, but at some point we're going to get bored of Borderlands, I'm sure. I need to take a quick break and go to a different game. We plan on uploading some Rainbow. We plan on uploading some Call of Duty, but these are games that we're going to have to play and then do audio over at a later point. So we're going to do that, but as of right now, we're going to find a way to work those videos in. They're not going to be an every week thing.
And pay us to play your video games, man. That wasn't just one segment. We will literally take your money to play any game you want.
Any game you want.
Sponsors at any game except for Smash Brothers.
I agree to that one.
I'm not playing that game.
Yeah, I'll play pretty much anything. Whatever you guys want us to play. You guys want us to play Battalion. You guys want us to play some sort of Insurgency. If you want us to play some sort of weird indie game, we'll give us your...
Blair Witch?
I don't know. I'm not going to play that game. But if you guys want us to play your game, pay us. That's all we ask for. A few schmeckles.
Yes.
So this has been episode 5 of Talking with a Dad. Thanks for joining me, Steve. And audience, have a good night.
You got to do the deep voice thing. Do it.
And have a good night.